question during, and we will be happy to answer your questions. Hello and welcome to everyone again. So my name is Adel Abu Haidar. I'm the Student Recruitment Manager at the American University in Dubai. I will be talking to you about all the incredible and amazing things that we do at the American University in Dubai. So I'd like to start by thanking Ms. Iman for this and Mr. Kevin, who have worked on arranging this. For those of you who don't know, the American University in Dubai started in 1995. We've moved to this wonderful campus that you just saw on the video in year 2000, and we've been here. Our facilities are top of the range when it comes to technology and everything that a student needs to get life ready, as you see here. I want to start by talking to you about accreditation and how important it is. As you can see, this is our AUD website. So I will be going through the website to show you the university and explain to you more about it. So if you go to our menu, you're going to see on the left side accreditation, and this is where I'm going to start for now. So once you go into the accreditation site, it's going to show you everything related to the accrediting bodies that accredit our university. And the one that is most important in the UAE is the accreditation coming from the UAE Ministry of Education, Higher Education, which accredits all the programs that we offer from undergraduate and graduate programs. We are accredited by Dubai's KHDA, which is the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, and we are accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, which is the US accreditation. And this is very important for you to know, that all our programs are accredited in the US and Canada and the Western side, which makes it easy for you if you decide to visit another university, or if you decide to transfer, or in the future, when you decide to graduate with a bachelor and move to a master's degree or a PhD degree, you would be in a comfort zone that your credits are gonna be considered in the US as well. We have several other accreditations that come by program. So the first the accreditations that I showed you at the beginning, which is the Ministry of Higher Education and the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, accredit all the programs that we have. For us to upgrade the accreditation or let the certificate and the degree that you're taking go up in level or make more sense in the sense of a degree for you, every program we have has a program accreditation that's a professional accreditation to raise the standard of the actual degree. So if you're in a business student, you have the AACSB accreditation. The AACSB accreditation, of which only 15% or 60% of all the schools in the world have this accreditation. Actually, it might be 5%. I'll confirm that in a minute. All right. The rest of it, each program, for example, the IA is for advertising and marketing and communication. The ABIT is an accreditation that comes for the engineering program. It's one of the top accrediting bodies in the US when it comes to anything related to engineering. The Accrediting Council of Education in Journalism and Mass Communication goes for everything in communication, information studies, digital production, mass communication. We have the CEDA accreditation, which is Council of Interior Design accreditation, and we are the only accredited university out of the USA that has this accreditation as well. We have the NASAD, which accredits our architecture program, our fine arts in advertising, digital media, graphic design, studio arts, interior design. And we have the NAB, which is one of the highest accrediting bodies when it comes to any architecture program itself. So if anybody of you has any questions about accreditation, you can visit our site, you can find it under accreditation, and each one of those, as you can see, has the website. You can click on the website, you can check our name, just to have a comfort of mind that we are accredited by these lovely bodies that are really what raises the quality of our degrees. Now, to move on to the next part, as you see in the menu, you have the history, you have YAD, you have accrediting, you have missions. You can find all of these right here if you have any questions related. The other thing I'd like to move on is talk about the student services and what we offer students before I go to each program by program. All right. Once you go into the student 3, one second. Just a moment. Student resources. Oh, student life. Just a moment. Okay, so once it comes to what we offer students on campus, there are many things that they can do on campus. You have the lovely campus that has all the sports facilities and that students are capable of using the facilities. We have tennis courts, we have basketball courts, volleyball courts, football courts. We have a swimming pool. So all of them are gym. They're all accessible to students. We have many clubs that are in the university, which you can choose from. So you can be, for example, there are cultural clubs that could be the Emirati club. It could be the Jordanian club, Lebanese club, Syrian club, Indian club, Pakistani club. You can join these in order for you to socialize with different students, to express yourself. They are very active. They do more than 2 to 3 events every club, every semester as well. There are many restaurants on campus that you can be with your friends and have. And when it comes to actual sports and outdoor, as I mentioned, you can see these are the outdoor facilities, which you saw in the earlier video. There's arts and culture. There are many other stuff that come for students as well. Now, when it comes to the university's programs, as I'm going to show you next, if you go to undergraduate, which is right here, you're going to see all the programs that the universities offer. It's just loading. Once you go here, every program that we offer is mentioned within each of those. And if you click on any of them, it's going to tell you the different programs we offer. So when it comes, I'm going to start with business. When you go to the business program, there are many programs that we offer that include accounting, advertising, integrated marketing, economics, finance, management, and marketing. The program is a 4-year program, of which in the first year you enter, you get a general program where you actually take all of these subjects and material in order for you to understand business more. And then when you enter your second, third, and fourth year, you go to the specialization. This is really important because many people think that they know what they want as soon as they enter university, but within the first year with our program, you end up finding out more about what you're really interested in, what is really important for you to go ahead with, and that's when you can decide what to go with. And this is one of the things that's really important for our program. So it's a 4-year program overall. If we go to the architecture, art, and design, the architecture program has, the architecture program is a 5-year program. It's the only program that we have as 5 years. It is accredited by NAB, as I mentioned earlier. It focuses on the overall structure of architecture and how to work on overall buildings. I will be mentioning in a bit the difference between that, interior design, and engineering as well. You can also do a minor in architecture if you decide to do it and you're, for example, going for interior design. In interior design, we offer the interior design. We have a minor interior design. We have a fine arts and interior design. The interior design program is a 4-year program that focuses on the interior of any building. So if you ask me the difference between architecture and interior design, I would say architecture is the architect is the person who designs the overall structure of the outer side of buildings and informs you about how many rooms, what kind of rooms they want, depending on the actual usage of the building. The interior designers go into more of the details related to the interior of the building. So that being, for example, the color of the ceiling, the color of the ground, the material used on the flooring, material used on the walls, the different furniture put inside to fit the actual atmosphere and the nature of the actual building's interior. Now, under the School of Arts and Design, we also have visual communication. Now, visual communication has 4 different programs under it. Now, visual communication is often confused with social media and other stuff. So I'm going to explain to you the different programs that we offer here. So under visual communication, as you can see here, we have, under visual communication, we have 4 programs. The 4 programs are studio art, digital media, advertising, and visual communication under, so it's studio, yeah, okay. So studio art is more of about the people who want to actually create an artistic model. So it could be, or an object that they want to sell. So this is for people who are very artistic, want to do a painting and sell it, want to do a structure or a statue and sell it. We focus on the artistic part of that and nurturing their artistic side. We have digital media. So under digital media, we have stuff related to animation. So it's often confused with social media, but just to let you know, under visual communication, the digital media is about animation. We teach you how to work on animation, whether it is related to logos, whether it's related to animation as movies, whether it's related to animation as in gaming as well. So there are many sides of the digital media process, and it is one of the most sought after currently processes that go on. Excuse me for that one. I need to check with our IT team for that. So when it comes to digital media, if you are into gaming, if you are into being artistic and being creative, you're somebody who's good with coding or interested in that, visual media would be one of the good sides of that. We offer as well under visual communication advertising. Advertising is related to the process of planning in an advertising agency. So it teaches you how to work with people in order for you to understand them, in order for you to go through the process of creating a campaign related to the advertising process itself. So if we go back then to engineering, we're going to move on to engineering. We have civil, computer, electrical, and mechanical engineering. Under civil, computer, electrical, and mechanical, if we go to computer first, we offer computer engineering. And under computer engineering, there are several important things you need to know. Computer engineering is really wide. It is what everybody is seeking after when they come to the future of artificial intelligence, telecommunication. We're talking mechatronics, robotics. All of these fall between computer engineering and another field. So really, if you're looking into the next generation of coding, if you're interested in artificial intelligence, if you're interested in the Internet of Stuff, Internet of Things, IoT, this is one of the programs that you would really, really enjoy going forward with. Our program is well known. The Abbott accreditation really gives it the quality essence when it comes to our engineering program itself. So we have, as I mentioned, computer engineering. We have civil engineering as well, which is right here. Civil engineer, you know all what civil engineering. There's one point that I'd like to tell you about the difference between civil engineering and some people in architecture. So architects are the people who actually design the overall building, right? They tell you how they want the rooms, they know how big they are. So as you see the design in the background, the architects give you the design itself. Civil engineers are the people who actually go onto the site, go to the architects and make the design doable in the sense of the production. And what does that mean? They decide what material that needs to be done in order for them to actually build the building and make sure that the structure is of high quality, is sustainable, covers all the standards that need to be done in order for it to be built in the right way. So think of architects as the people who design, and the civil engineers are the people who actually manufacture and go ahead with the program itself. So they make sure that everything is done in the right way in order for the structure to maintain its stability and the high quality of standards. All our the civil engineering program is also a 4-year program. When it comes also to the engineering, we have electrical engineering and civil and electrical engineering and mechanical engineering as well. Electrical engineering covers everything related to the electronics of things. There's one thing that people don't really think of much when it comes to electric engineering. Electric engineering is not only about doing the electronics of a building. So it's not about only putting wires in a building, making sure that the structure has electricity or stuff. Electrical engineering can also be done in everything related to stuff, for example, like the Tesla car. Tesla car is fully functional on batteries, on electricity. Electrical engineers are the people who work on these structures in order for them to make them productable or make them work. So electrical engineering is not only about buildings, it's everything that has electricity involves electrical engineers, even computers, even artificial intelligence, anything that has electricity involves electrical engineers. So it is higher than what people give it credit to. The other thing that we also offer, which is mechanical engineering. Now, mechanical engineering is very wide when it comes to what you do. And so many people get confused of why would I want to become a mechanical engineer, right? See, mechanical engineering is not only about mechanics. We tend to see, and especially in the Arab world, I know this because this is what happened with my parents, with my family. Mechanical engineering are people who, in their concept, is somebody who works on actual engines. Yes, mechanical engineers do work on engines, but mechanical engineers work on so many things as well. Mechatronics, the robotics of stuff, the way that stuff works. Your laptop is worked on by mechanical engineers because they need to fix the structure and the table and the boards of the computer. So mechanical engineers are really very highly advanced people who work not only on actual structure, on actual machinery, which is big machine. They also work on the small, very detailed stuff like a computer tablet or a computer CPU or board as well. Now, When it comes to our program, we make sure that our students know everything about mechanical engineering and a variety of the skills that we give them in order for them to be able to go to what they really like. Some of the students think of, for example, going into oil and gas, for example, or they want to become oil engineers, or in these fields. Mechanical engineering can open that field. So if somebody wants to go to aerodynamics or become an aeronautics engineer, many of the students start in mechanical engineering, get the skill set in order for them to be able to go through the process, and then specialize in their masters in aerodynamics or something related to oil fields or etc. So mechanical engineering is your pathway into going into these specializations such as oil and gas and aeronautics, and maybe automotive engineering and other facilities as well. Ms. Imani, feel free to cut me if you have any questions during. I'm going to move on to our arts and sciences school.
Mr. Adil, students can write their questions in the chat box.
Sure, please.
And they also need to register their attendance in the link that I shared in the chat box.
Okay, sorry. The link is between you and the students. The questions I'll definitely take.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
Questions can be sent also in the chat box for everyone.
Sure. At the end of, I'm not going to take much longer. I'm just going to finish the programs, and then I'm going to open the floor for you guys to ask me any questions. I'll go through the chat bot for sure, through the chat box. Okay. So I just have the rest of the programs I'm going to show you. So under the arts and sciences, we have a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Our psychology program is a 4-year program. What I want to tell you is our program is industrial psychology. So it focuses on everything related to, for example, the business field, the marketing field, the HR field. So it opens that world to you in psychology, but we do also include clinical psychology courses. So if somebody wants to become a psychiatric or a psychologist in the sense of a clinical psychologist, or what we know as Dr. Nafsani in Arabic, you need to take extra 1 or 2 years of specialization in order for you to be able to become a psychologist. So if you do go, for example, into a medical university to become a psychologist, you end up doing it within 6 and 8 years in order for you to become a psychologist. Or in most cases, it will be 6 years. In our program, you do 4 years, become an industrial psychologist, so you know a lot about psychology, about the process of psychology, the clinical psychology side, but you work in, for example, stuff in like the business field. You can become in HR, you can work in marketing, you can work in advertising. As you know, social media now is really pushing into the world. They all need psychologists that can help them in understanding people, making sure that the advertisements that they have are being given in the right way, that they affect the audience in the right way. So psychologists are really sought after these days. And then if the person decides to become a clinical psychologist, as I mentioned earlier, they can decide to do their master's and go forward with becoming a clinical psychologist. We do not currently offer the master's in psychology, but we are definitely looking into, it's in the pipeline. Hopefully within a couple of years, or maybe even before, we will be going to the master process in order for us to offer such options to our students. Under the arts and sciences as a program, we offer international relations. In the international studies, international relations and international development, we have both programs within the system. The international studies program offers you a wide variety of options when it comes to how you work, where you work as a career path. International studies will offer you, will teach you stuff related to culture, diplomacy, international business, and a new language. So within this program, you're gonna be required to learn a new language that you have not studied before. It could be Spanish, it could be Italian. There are different options that you can choose from. It could be French as well, but you must have not had this language before. In addition to that, it opens the, as I mentioned earlier, culture, politics, international business. So you could work in a variety of things, not only related to diplomacy. So people always think international studies, that means I can only go to diplomacy or work, for example, as an ambassador. Yes, it does open that option for you, but it's not the only thing you can do. You can work in an international multinational company. For example, let's say Unilever, Google, all of these big companies need people that understand the international market. Let's say you go for a multinational company that wants to open in a new country. They send people who have experience such as international studies so they can go study the market, find out what they need to do there, and then know how to start their business there in the right way with the local people to move forward. So really, it opens a very, very big variety of options as a career path that students can go through. I hope I didn't forget any of our programs. Just a moment. So the programs that we offer, again, are mostly 4 years. The only program that we have that's a 5-year is the architecture program that we offer. We have another program as well that I'd like to tell you about, which is the Communication Information Studies. Okay, we're having an issue with the website. I'll make sure I work on that. So the Bachelor of Communication Information Studies has 2 programs, which is the Digital Production and Storytelling, as well as the Journalism path. So digital production and storytelling is everything behind the camera. We're talking about director, producer, filmmaker, the people who are creative and like to do stuff behind the camera. So I'm talking to the people who like to do Instagram videos. I'm talking to the people who like to do TikToks. I'm talking to the people who like to direct movies, series, films. You know, we make sure that we are working with them to make sure they have the skills in order for them to succeed in that world of media. Now, I have to mention that we are in a great partnership with NBC. We have probably this school has the highest employability rate. We're talking about 95% plus on employability. The thing about this, our partnership with NBC makes sure that we have internships for all the students who graduate from the school in order for them to be able to join successful and multinational companies like NBC, CNN, CNBC, and all these big names. The other side of the program, we have a journalism program. Journalism program focuses on everything in front of the camera. So we're talking about people who want to become journalists, presenters, people who want to go in front of the camera, people who want to write, people who want to put their word out there. So it teaches them everything related to what's in front of the camera, all right, when it comes to that. Now, I have to mention as well that we offer this program, so the journalism and the digital production and storytelling are given in Arabic and English. But what that means, if you take the Arabic track, you'll be taking 20% in Arabic and 80% in English. So how that helps you, if you're an Arab speaker, I definitely advise you taking the Arabic track. The Arabic track will help you open pathways and career paths in Arabic companies, in the sense of like NBC or Arabic speaking channels or magazines or newspapers. So it gives you the option. This 20% teaches you how to express yourself in the proper Arabic word or the proper Arabic language in order for you to be able to do it on an international basis in front of an audience and to the public. So it's not fully in Arabic, it's 20% in Arabic, 80% in English. All right, so this is about the programs that we offer. What I want to show you in general as well, as you go to the website, in order for you to reach us, if you go to aud.edu, you can see the website is really very easy to navigate. Once you decide to apply, you click on the left lower side, which is apply now. Once you click on apply now, it's going to open a page for you that shows you that is the apply now option. You put your username, you register here, you put your name, you go through the process and you register. You fill in the documentation you need, you pay 420 dirhams and your application goes through. Then one of our advisors, admission advisors, is going to contact you, is going to follow up with you and make sure you have everything that's needed. If you have any questions that you need to contact us, my team and I are more than happy to take all your questions in. The one thing you need to do, you go to this get in touch page right here. Okay, once you click on it, it's going to open this page. You can click on any of these options, all of these options, in order for you to get in touch with us. Once you click on any of them, we have a lovely team at the Student Recruitment Office. We have the director, Mr. Raj Kapoor. We have Ms. Rora. We have Mr. Junaid. All of them are lovely people. They will definitely take your questions easy. They will help you throughout the process. And we are happy to take any questions you may have, not only about education, but you can ask us about how the student life is, what's going on with it, what you need, what's required, what's missing, any question that you might have about the community, about the education, about the requirements, we'll be happy to take. You can just click on one of those, schedule a meeting with us, and we'll be happy to support you. I see we have Miss Ingi Assar that has raised her hand. I'll be with you in 1 second, Ms. Ingi. I'm just going to show you the last thing. If you'd like to visit us or any other option that you'd like to come to the university and see it, I have to mention, for the current time being, visiting us would be, you'll be focused on one area that we can receive you due to the COVID situation that we have currently. But if you insist, you are more than happy to take a PCR test within 4 days or 96 hours, then we'll be able to take you on a campus tour. Otherwise, you'll be only focused on one place to get in touch with us, to visit us. You can click on this button. Again, please feel free to contact us anytime, get in touch with us through this page, and we'll be more than happy to support you and help you out. All right, this is it for me. I'm not going to take much of your time. I'm going to start taking your questions going forward. All right, I'd like to start with the chat. Is there a medicines course? Unfortunately, Mr. Faris, we don't offer medicine. The closest thing we could have would be psychology, but again, this is industrial psychology. If you want to move on to a clinical psychologist, you'll have to do it by taking an extra master's to it. For the hand of Miss Ingi, I'm not sure if you have permission to open your mic, but if you'd like, please go ahead.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
I'd like to ask about the graphic design major. What are the requirements, and are there any scholarships?
Definitely. Okay, so the graphic design, that was the one program I forgot, I believe. Okay, so the graphic design, just in general, the graphic design is everything that goes into graphics and designing a brochure or designing a logo or designing any object that is needed. All magazines, all universities, all companies, all schools, everybody has a graphic designer in order for them to make everything look good and in a proper way in order for them to present it. All right. So the graphic design option is a 4-year option as well. Requirement-wise, I'm just going to talk in general about all requirements. You need to have last 3 years of high school. We're talking grade 10, 11, and 12. You can apply. We have opened our applications. We will be announcing it soon by email to all your counselors. You can apply with your grade 10 and 11. Based on it, we would be able to give you something called a conditional admission. A conditional admission is, as we say, al-qabul al-mushtarat, which means we accept you, but the conditions are you need to maintain your level and give us eventually all the documentations that are needed. So think about, you can apply from now, get your conditional admission from now. About scholarships, we have not yet announced all our scholarships, but I can tell you about the scholarships we had earlier. We will be announcing them in January and February, so you can apply starting February. Our scholarships are based on merit and then financial need. So we have merit scholarships that could give you between 20%, between 15%, 20%, 30% in order for you to apply with us. If you'd like to get higher, we have the Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid scholarship, which could cover 25, 50, or 100% scholarship. Again, you need to have a 90 and above to apply to Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid scholarship. And then based on it, there's a committee that assesses your application and gets your decision on it. It is based on merit and financial need as well. Does that answer your question? Fadal, Ms. Iman.
Regarding the Mohammed bin Rashid scholarship, is it only for Emirati students?
No, ma'am. The Mohammed bin Rashid scholarship is open to all nationalities and to all programs. So as I mentioned, we will be announcing all the scholarships we offer between January and February. I definitely advise you to look back again with us. We will be sending you, Ms. Iman, an email. I believe you're on our emailing list. So we will be sending you the scholarships that we have once we announce all the scholarships. But again, in order for you to apply, it is important for you to have high grades. We're talking about 90 and above to apply to Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid scholarship.
Okay, Mr. Adel, also I'll send my email in the chat box in case you don't have it in your list.
Please do, definitely. All right, I have it right now. I'm taking it, I'm noting it here. All right, perfect. So I'll make sure that we send you an email, and we'll add you to our mailing list and make sure that we send you all the information related to our scholarships. Please, anybody else have any questions? Go ahead. I'm here to answer.
What about the set scores, odd scores, etc.?
Okay,
and
sure.
Also the fees for the university.
Definitely. All right. So when it comes to English, so we're talking about MSAT, IELTS, TOEFL, and SAT. I'd like to tell you that we use these for level exams. They don't affect your acceptance. All right. So to make it clear, you apply using your grade 10, 11, and 12 grades. Based on your high school and getting an equivalency letter from the Ministry of Education, we accept you or not accept you to the university, whether it's conditional or full acceptance, all right? The IELTS, TOEFL, SAT, and MSAT, we use in order for us to check your level in English and in math. So let's say you need, so what we need, for example, on IELTS is 6.5 as a total score in order for you to rank in the high English level. If you don't have the 6.5 and score, for example, a 5.5, it doesn't mean that you're not accepted. You come over to the university, we do an English exam for you, which is called an Accuplacer placement exam. We check your level in English. Based on it, we put you in the relevant course that is, in the relevant English level that is relevant to your level, okay? So the IELTS, TOEFL, SAT, and MSAT is for us to see which level. If you don't have it, you have to do an exam with us, and then we check your level and put you in the relevant course. Your acceptance is really based on your high school grades and what you get from high school, okay? For SAT, we only use math. So if you're considering the math, we only use the SAT math side. We need a 560 on math. Same concept. If you have the 560, you go to a higher level math. If not, you do a math exam with us. You can end up doing 1 or 2 or 3 extra courses in developmental math in order for you to join our program as well. So really, the math, IELTS, TOEFL, and SAT, I definitely advise you to push yourself in getting high grades so you don't end up taking any developmental courses. But if you don't have these scores, you can definitely join us and get an acceptance, and then we can check your level in English and math and put you in the relevant course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else with any questions I can support with? Okay. You're welcome, Saif, Sultan. So again, I just want to thank Ms. Iman. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me now. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support, and Mr. Kevin for getting this done. The team, Mr. Raj Kapoor, who's joining us on this call as well, are really thanking you for this. We really are appreciative of doing this. We usually visit you guys, but I know with all that's happened, we haven't been able to. So feel free to contact me anytime. Ms. Iman, I'll be sending you an email with my mobile number as well, and the email for the team. Feel free to contact us anytime through any of the means available. We are more than happy to support you and answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I hope to see you all in AUD soon.
Thank you, Mr. Adil, for this valuable presentation. It was very.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Ms. Iman. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.